What's happening, my fellow geeks and geekettes? Welcome to a brand new, very special, epic and exciting episode of Cosplay Chris. I am reporting from my bathroom. So today it's all about the final Pirate Batman cosplay reveal and also a tutorial on how I'm going to be doing the makeup before suiting up. So I've got the base suit on at the moment. I've got the boots, the pants and the top, just so it's all ready to go, and I don't want to have to pull this shirt over the makeup when it's all complete. Now guys, a very big thank you for your amazing feedback on that little teaser trailer that dropped last night. I filmed that yesterday in my garage just with some bits of LED lighting. You guys have seen those little spotlights I have in my workshop. I simply just use them, you know, strategic parts, because I wanted to give the illusion that there's fire going on in the background, or that's how he's lit by fire. So that was a basis for the makeup and how it was going to work and what methods I was going to use, so I could have it down pat for this video to show you guys. So before we suit up, we're going to be doing the makeup. Now I am going to be doing a scar around here just for fun. So this is the eye that will house the contact lens, the blind contact lens. So for the scar itself, it's sort of like a burn, and obviously when that burn has occurred, it's damaged his eye, he's gone blind over time. So we're going to be using a silicone called Platsil Gel 10, which is part A, part B. This is a platinum silicone that almost has a skin-like quality to it. Now when we mix the two, part A and part B together, I'm then going to tint it with just a tiny bit of flesh. So you only need a little bit goes a long way. So I'm only going to be using 15 grams of part A, part B for a combined weight of 30 grams. Then I'm going to add some thickener to it because I am putting it on a vertical surface. It does have a tendency to goop, whereas with this it will thicken it up and gravity will not affect it whatsoever. So I'm going to be really strategic with how I do different stages of the makeup, because I want the final stage to be putting the contact lens in. I don't like having contact lenses in for a long period of time. I just get worried that I'm going to damage my eye. Now I do apologize for the very dim lighting. I do have a stage light right here in front of me, and if I do put the light on for the bathroom, you get the fan and it's really annoying, and I don't want it, you know, overpowering any audio or any important stuff that you guys might miss, so that's better. Okay, so once the scar's done and it's set, it usually takes about 10 minutes to set. I'm gonna start blending it in just with some foundation. I'm gonna go in just with some reds and some purples just to give the illusion that it is damaged skin, just with a Ben Nye bruise pack. Now this is actually the same stuff that I use for Captain Boomerang for doing the bruises and the cuts. Now we all know that Batman has the panda eyes going on, and I am incorporating that into the final makeup. I'm giving the illusion that he does have the panda eyes. It's not an illusion to be part of the mask, and when he goes to take it off, the panda eyes are gone. It is part of the makeup. It's kind of just, he just puts it on and he leaves it on, so it's worn over time, it's starting to streak, and it's not a full solid black. Then of course we're going to be tinting my beard, which is just easy done with some hair tinter. It kind of looks like mascara, and it pretty much is mascara, but it's actually meant for hair. Like, I think it's just for regrowth, but I just use it on my beard and it's great. One of the final stages is staining the teeth, and we've got a brown and a black for that, and also staining the hands. Now I'm probably going to leave the staining of the hands till last. I'm going to be putting the contact lens in, then staining my hands, so I don't want any dirt whatsoever on my hands when I am putting the contact lens in, because you have to be very careful not to get any foreign bits of dirt or anything in your eye, because you don't want infection, you don't want to scratch cornea. So yeah, safety first. Grams. This scale is kind of on its last legs, so usually I would zero it out. Okay, I've just popped a little bit of thickener into the final mix, so just give it a really good stir. And once it starts to tack, that's when I'm going to start this little method I kind of discovered, where you start to hit the tackiness and it pulls it over like melted skin. Now you don't want to get too close to your eye, guys. It is skin safe silicone, but still you do not want this stuff in your eye. Alright, let's go. Now you also want to try and smooth out the edges as quickly as possible, just so it blends a lot better into your skin. I feel like I'm icing myself like I'm a giant cake or something. There we go, it's starting to look pretty good. Now I am also playing with the idea that he does have a massive cut along his neck and it's healed into this hideous scar, and that's why he has the grovelly voice. Someone's tried to slit his throat and it's like severed some vocal cords and he's left with this grovelly voice. So obviously, you know, pirates didn't have voice modulators back then. So it's sort of starting to tack now. So I'm just going around now and see how it lifts and carries over to another part of the silicone. It kind of gives the illusion that it's melted flesh, and sometimes you will get a bit of sagginess. It looks pretty nasty to me. I'm gonna turn the camera off, let this dry for about 10 minutes, then we're gonna start blending it in and coloring it. Okay, it has been 10 minutes and it is nice and dry, a little bit tacky around certain areas. I think where you've got a bit of, you know, oil or sweat, because it is quite humid today. I do have the air conditioning on, but it can only reach so far down the hallway. And also, make sure your face is clean when you're doing some of this. Usually when I get out of the shower, I put a moisturizer on, like this stuff here. It is oil-free, but still you kinda don't want anything else on your face that's gonna inhibit the curing of the silicone or any of the grease paints that you're gonna be applying to your face. So I'm just gonna grab some talcum powder and just lightly dust it like so, and we're just gonna give it a nice little dab all over, and it just gets rid of the tackiness and softens everything, and this is when we're gonna start the blending process. So it also mats the scarring, which I think looks really cool in certain bits of light. Look at that, there we go. Kinda looks fucking freaky. I would eventually like to, I did cover up my eyebrow yesterday with the silicone, but I think I need to tint it a bit more because you can still see my eyebrow. So it'd be pretty sweet, or you know, down the track, make an appliance and cast it in Platsil and then glue it onto my face so it would cover the whole eyebrow as a solid piece. Next up, I'm just gonna get some foundation, and this is just a cut off piece of foam, and we're just gonna start to blend it into the skin itself. We're just gonna lightly blend it into the skin, nothing too dramatic. You don't want too much, only a little dab will do ya. And also this will kind of highlight the contours of the burn itself. Do the rest of my face. Even though it is going to be severely dirty, you just kind of want a nice uniform application. Okay, we've got our little color palette here. Just going to get very tiny little brush, just a little dab on the red there, and this is just going to start to highlight certain areas. Now it does look a little bit harsh at first, but we're just going to soften that with a tissue or paper towel, just in random areas, especially where the flesh has really warped and melted around the face. You just kind of want to highlight all that and just make it look like scar tissue that has healed over time. There we go, we're just softening those really harsh areas. Now with that being said, it's time to dirty up the face. So this is tag body paint. This is originally what I would use to blacken my eyes when I started cosplaying as Batman, and I found that if I sweat, it would start to run. You know, I'd have all black coming out around the mouth opening. So this is good if it's put on in thin doses, whereas if it's thick and builds up, for example, wearing a Batman cowl, it's not good. So what you do is you wet your fingers with a bit of water and you water it down, and you just start to dirty up your face, dirty up the neck. And then we're gonna start to do the panda eyes with color tattoo. This is what I use now for when I cosplay as Batfleck. This stuff does not want to come off unless you have really good makeup remover wipes. So yeah, it goes a long way, this stuff. Especially around the lips, you kind of want your lips looking like they've been burnt in the sun too many times and they're starting to crack. And just make sure you try and get up into your hairline so it's not, you know, a perfect kind of separation here of clean skin and then dirt. You want to get up into your hairline. And I don't really have like a down pat hairstyle, obviously, because I'm going to be wearing the cowl, but I just figured slick back, maybe put a bit of powder in it so it's like grey, like he's old. Okay, so I have put a bit too much around the lip area, which is all good. You just got to wet your hands a little, and there you go. And all around the neck area. Looking filthy on the ears. Alright, that's looking pretty good, guys. I'm happy with that. So let's get started on these panda eyes, I think. Okay, again, this stuff is called color tattoo and is actually really, really good for doing stuff like this. It doesn't want to run or streak even if you're sweating your absolute ass off. So I just want to reiterate that I'm incorporating the panda eyes into the makeup. Like, he does apply it, he is self-aware. The panda eyes are there, but he kind of just leaves it for a very long time and it just starts to streak. Kind of like Heath Ledger's Joker, that kind of streaking effect that his makeup has. Just be very careful not to get it in your eye, even though it is non-toxic. Anything that says non-toxic, you still do not want it getting in your eye, guys. Okay, there we go, guys. It's just more or less about subtlety when it comes to these. And once the cowl does go on, it really does actually blend your eyes in with the rest of the cowl. It looks quite organic. So I know it doesn't look the part now because it's not a full black, but you gotta understand, this is something he's had on for a very long time. He's a dirty, dirty man. Okay, it's time to tint the beard. Just pull it out like so. And what I do is, I actually do run it through a tissue just to soften the harshness of it, because I don't want it like a full black. I kind of want still my ginger beard mixed in amongst it. I just want to blend it in basically with my hair as well, my brown hair. Okay, this is the easiest part. And so this is what I do for Captain Boomerang too. This is the exact same stuff I use just to make the beard a little bit darker. As we all know, Jai Courtney's got quite a dark, lush, full beard, and mine's still a work in progress. This is really annoying. I've got the itchiest spot right here under the silicone and I can't do anything about it. Okay guys, we're on the home stretch. Now the next step is putting the contact lens in. Then after that, I'm gonna be dirtying up my hands and then staining my teeth, suiting up. I'll show you guys the full reveal now. The reason why I'm leaving this till now is because I wanted to get most of the makeup on, and obviously I want a clean set of hands to put this contact lens in, because you guys have to be very careful when it comes to putting contact lenses in. Your hands have to be clean as. So I've just washed them right before I hit record. I'm going to be washing them again. And the way you put contact lenses in, you know, you've got to have it on the tip of your index finger, make sure it's in the cup position, and you just hold your eye down and look up and just very carefully place it on your eye. Now I know it's one of those things, if you have a thing about eyes and you start to, which I do have a habit of, but you get used to it, as soon as it hits your eye, just rub it around the tiniest bit and start to blink. And then the more you blink, your eye will then take the contact lens and then align it over the iris itself. This part makes me really nervous. Washing my hands again. All right. Oh man. All right, there we go. I get quite scared doing that, but yeah, we got there in the end. Fuck. But yeah, that just looks demonic as fuck. Okay, so make sure you cover up your housing for the contact lens as well with the saline solution. You don't want anything getting in there. Now, if I cover this eye up, I can only make out the light. I can't see jack shit through this. It's, you know, pretty much anything that's shining or illuminating I can see. Other than that, no. Okay, next step is to dirty up my hands, stain my teeth, and then we're gonna suit up. I'm so excited. Okay, so it's pretty much a combination of that tag body paint that I dirtied my face up with and some brown shoe polish. And it does get a little bit messy. And just a bit of shoe polish on the fingertips for good measure. Rub it in, give it a slap. There we go, looking pretty filthy. Okay, these are the tooth stainers. So firstly, I'm gonna apply the brown. Now you kind of want to make sure that your teeth are a little bit dry, so just give them a rub down with a tissue. I think I just swallowed some tissue, that's good. This is really hard and you can only see with one eye. It's great, really fucking great. And then get that tissue and just dab away. Yeah, that looks disgusting. And then we get the lac, and then in the random areas. Alrighty, it's time to suit up and show you guys the full Pirate Batman cosplay. So thanks very much for watching, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on my journey from start to finish with the Pirate Batman cosplay. It is starting to piss down with rain, so I thought I'd come out here, do my outro, and just make it look gnarly, because that is what cosplaying is all about. Going hardcore, baby. Hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are happy. Be merry. Be silly. And until next time, geeks, please always remember, cosplayers do it best.